Hey guys, welcome to the show today. Now, you know, as much as I want to be working on this right now, because this is my fun project, hey, there's a lot to do and I can't wait to see it done, so, can't. I gotta get these stupid manifold gaskets fixed on my little junk Deere here instead. Let's get started. Guys, a lot of you have expressed concern over me having a green tractor on this farm, and I don't blame you. You're not wrong to be concerned about that. But what can I say? She was cheap, and I needed a loader. And you know what they say about girls, guys? Everybody takes the cheap and easy one first, but you got to work up to the better one. So, yeah, I got to take this one out on a date, spend a little money on her, so that way she'll be good to send off to the next guy, and I can get my forever loader tractor here, preferably in red or industrial yellow paint. Mostly, guys, what everybody's expressed concern in is the abnormally loud leaking exhaust. So I did what everybody would do, and I picked up an exhaust manifold gasket, and I'm going to put it in there whether it fixes the problem or not, because this manifold might be cracked in 3 places. Don't care. I'm going to weld whatever's broken on it, put this gasket on, put it back together. It'll be just fine. You know, you don't want to spend too much on your cheap and easy girl. You want to spend the money on your forever girl. So I think this is probably going to be fine, though. There's no visible cracks. There's no place that exhaust seems to be escaping, except for up under what I'm going to say is number 1. But John Deere's backwards. That could be number 1. Yeah. But among other problems that this little tractor has, that's the only one that is really of any concern. The rest of them I'm not going to lose too much sleep over. And if I should perhaps say buy a red or massy yellow loader tractor and I'm ready to send this one down the road to the next guy, might be an easier sell if we fire it up and it just purrs instead of, you know, sounding like it does. I don't think I'm going to need too much to do this job. Now, yes, guys, I have my loader all the way up. I don't have anything under it right now, but maybe I should change that because it seems like it'd be the safer way to go. Although, even if she comes down on the ground, as long as I'm not laying on the ground over there, probably won't kill me, but I'd rather not have a broken arm or whatever. So, let me find a stick to shove up under there. Okay, let's stick that on the axle. Stick that there. Of course, I'm not long enough to do this whole thing. Figures. There, got that jammed up on there, down on the axle. I guess, guys, it's time for me to get this exhaust manifold. Oh, I'm not going to do that. Although, not like the thought hasn't crossed my mind. Let's get this manifold off of here. Well, the one place that all these old tractors pretty much got this figured out, guys. I need a 1/2-inch wrench, and I pretty much believe the whole thing will just fall right out. Let's ditch this part first. There, half the job done. And that. I don't know how I feel about this. It's kind of dumb. I think I'm... So, and of course, they stuck a steering component. Well, I was wrong. I wasn't totally wrong. I guess I do need 2 wrenches for this. Get out what I can. Yeah, stupid. Oh well. Oh dear, that one's on pretty tight. What else we got here? 9/16, 9/16, 9/16. Well, let's try it again. Okay, good. As long as none of the bolts break off inside of this, I'll be in good shape. Now that I've said that, I've made 100% sure that the chances of one breaking off are, well, 100%. much to that. Get this guy out of the way. Why, John Deere? Why? There you go, JT. That's using your brain. Every now and again, I just even surprise myself. Of course, that doesn't fit on there. Wonderful. Well, we're going to try this. So a 1/2 inch is too small, a 14 is too big. A 13, which is exactly the same as a 1/2 inch, apparently is not exactly the same as a 1/2 inch. Learned something new today. Fits right on there. Ooh. Luck was on my side with that one. That sure felt like it was going to break off in there. Okay, good enough for now. So I got 4, what I'm going to hope is 9/16 bolts to remove. See if I can get these 2 carburetor bolts out of the way. All right, that should be fine. I'll leave all that stuff right where it sets there. I think it'll work. Of course, the pipe's in the way, the steering arm's in the way again. Because at this point, why wouldn't it be? Jesus, Murphy. And sure enough, they left me just enough room to scotch in there. Oh dear, things are falling. All right, let's just sneak this guy right. Oh, like it. Gaskets are falling out. Everything's perfect. Well, guys, I can tell you right now why it's loud. Excellent. This job is going to be so easy. Hey, good thing they give me a new carb gasket. So, guys, take a look here. Here's what's going on. So, this has, which it's not easy to get off here at the moment, but this is a removable kind of sleeved gasket. This is the loud end. Yeah, nothing. Got the usual, these are all in place, but right there's the reason for all my noise. Time to solve that problem. Let's just set that right there before I break it in this vise. I just feel like that would be in my immediate future. Guys, I'm just going to clean this up as mostly best as I can. From the looks of these two, I would not be surprised if it was leaking a little noise from there too, but that's all right. It's all going to be smooth as can be here real shortly. Carburetor mounting ain't too bad. In fact, that looks cleaner than anything else on this entire tractor. But So that's a good start. Let's take one more step here. Okay, back to the task at hand. Guys, this is probably not necessary, but whatever. I'm doing it anyway because that's just what I do. Got a piece of 80 grit on my dual action sander here. And I don't know. I think it's just wise for me to rough all this up a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if I can get this to fit up in that hole like with it being welded on, if I in fact do that. And the answer is no. So I guess I'm not going to, at least not right now, I'm not going to weld that on. I am, however, going to finish cleaning up this manifold so it doesn't look like this. And then let's put it back together. Well, there. Certainly isn't perfect, but neither am I, and neither is that. Let's put her back together. Set that on there without dropping it. So I got these two. Well, get back in there. D for dummy. D rings. I don't know. Those two are in the ends. Get this guy on here without bending it, without dropping it. Nobody saw that. Okay. Now, guys, I don't know. Perhaps you know the way that it's actually supposed to be done, but I always put the flat side against the engine block. Does it matter if I do it that way? Probably not. But that's how I'm doing it. Oh, you son of a gun. Oh, he's going to be a little fighter the whole way. I'll get your ass back in there. Okay, well, good enough for me. Let's see if we can get this to go to its home. Okay. Enough to get him in. Yes. And That guy, these two guys. Probably wouldn't have hurt to buy a couple new bolts, but whatever. This tractor may be short-lived for this farm anyway. Stick around, you'll find out. And lastly, before I get too crazy, let's get this carburetor mounted back on here with a new gasket. Terrific. Let me tighten this down, guys, and we're going to fire this thing up and see how it works. Well, I suppose. Let's see if it's even a decibel quieter. It's nice to get a little feeling of accomplishment when you do a job, even if it's little. Let's see what it says. Well, hot dog. That is sounding a little better. I would even go as far as to say that sounds a lot better. Yeah, one less thing. Well, guys, I guess that job's done. Now it's on to the next thing. Yep, you guessed it. It's going to be that. Guys, as of right now, I'm about 95% sure that a guy has found me the hydraulic valve that I need for that. He sent me a picture. Looks perfect. So just kind of waiting for him to toss that in the mail. Hopefully it'll be here by the time I do that video. And maybe we'll be able to just back this thing in the old barn under her own power. Wouldn't that be fun? But I guess, guys, for now, at least I got that piece of shit off the list. That's going to do it for me, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Now this is a little different than most transmissions. First stop drive doesn't work, but third does. Neutral is park, reverse is second. If you want to use reverse, put it in drive. You got it?